I came to Newburgh as an AmeriCorps Vista in January of 2012, slightly before my service began, from Olympia, Washington. I guess when I came to Newburgh, I still had this earnest feeling that things needed to change, and they needed to change right now. And being here, I found that there's a lot of joy in the work and in taking time, and that change comes slow, and it's not always necessarily a bad thing. Habitat Newburgh is like a giant commune of goodness. No, I can't say that. You can't use that. No, it's like the Habitat family. People talk about the Habitat family when you get here, but it's real. There actually is a Habitat family. All of the volunteers know each other. They've lived in this city for generations. They're willing to help anyone learn a new skill, or to tell you the history of a building, or to ask you if you're okay, if you look sad, or to make sure that you have something to eat. They're amazing. I kind of have viewed my role here as being responding to the things that are already going on here and trying to integrate myself with those instead of bringing new initiatives, because throughout my life I've been a person who always had a lot to say and a lot to do, and I want to hold space and be able to take some steps back so that I can see what's going on around me before I rush in like a bull. I think everyone needs to have these kinds of experiences where you set out for a defined period of time with a clear mission, and the structure is comforting, but the things that you really gain are what you weren't expecting to gain. You go through a lot of personal growth in that time period, and at the end of my year of service, I look back and I've learned so much more than I can even express, that I will carry with me, and that will change everything I do after this. One of my favorite moments working here, it would be hard to put one above others, but I was sitting here at this very desk, and from upstairs I suddenly heard a great shouting, and I stepped out of the office to see if everything was all right, and our executive director dashed down the stairs, rushed out the door, and proceeded to chase some figures down the street because they were pulling up the survey stakes at our new 5-home build behind the office. And it was freezing outside, and she didn't grab her coat, and she came back through the door laughing and breathless. And that for me was a moment of joy, because she cares so much about what's going on here, so much so that she would just start screaming and then chase people down the street without a coat on to try to ensure that her building site was moving smoothly. I loved that moment with Dr. Collins. High school, college, internships, previous jobs, I've never left somewhere that I felt so at home before. I'm going to miss it.